This is Mike from Pocono Update. We're here at the Wesleyan Church in Stroudsburg in observance of the Overdose Awareness Memorial Drive. I'm here with Deborah Hartley, founder of Rays of Hope for Addiction, and Linda Kiefer, pastor here at Wesleyan Church. Deborah, could you tell me about today's event?
Hi, yes. We had the Overdose Awareness Day Memorial Drive here at the Wesleyan Church. And it is basically an event to honor those who have been lost to drug overdose, whether it's from addiction, a struggle, with opioids, or, accidental overdose. Sometimes elderly people are lost that way. Children, getting their hands on drugs, experimentation. But unfortunately, all across the world, over 20 nations are joining together on August 31st every year to raise awareness about overdose deaths and to honor the people that have been lost that way, because many of us have lost loved ones, and too many of us suffer in silence because the stigma involved in addiction or even an overdose death is an additional pain that people have to deal with.
It's definitely a rough stigma around it. Now, what was the inspiration behind the start of Rays of Hope?
I lost my son, Ray, at the age of 34 to an overdose, and following his death, I pretty much poured myself into research and learned that much of the struggles that people with addiction have is really rooted in the stigma that is surrounds addiction, and many of the people, either resist treatment or hide from letting their family members know that they're struggling, and even when their family members do know, they try to keep it hush. They don't get them into help or get them into treatment for help. So the stigma of addiction is a very large part of the problem with the continuing overdose deaths here in our nation and around the world. Absolutely.
Linda, what are your thoughts on today's event?
We are just happy to be a part of it. Deborah does so much work in the community to, as she said, help overcome the stigma and help bring hope to people who have lost someone and bring hope to those who need to get help. And we just are grateful to collaborate with Rays of Hope for Addiction and the other organizations that were here tonight to bring support for people, pray for people, let people know they are loved, let people know that we don't judge them, that everyone is welcome here, and also to just hug people that have lost someone. I mean, I saw such courage here tonight. 3 moms that shared about losing a child, and I can't even imagine the heartbreak, and their courage to share their story so that others can find hope is just amazing. So we are just grateful to collaborate with Deborah and for those that were here tonight.
Now, if I can get a word of advice from each of you for someone who may be struggling with addiction, what would that be?
First of all, just to know there's no shame. There's no shame. And there are many people who will love you and embrace you. You have a God who created you, who loves you. Reach out, get help. Come to a church, come here, reach out to Rays of Hope, reach out. There's people out there who will embrace you and help you take the journey, and don't do it alone, as Deborah said. Don't isolate. There's hope for you.
Absolutely, what the pastor said. And I work for the Carbon-Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol Commission, and we work very hard for anyone who is struggling and in need of treatment. If they don't have insurance or their insurance doesn't cover drug treatment, we pay for it. There's help and hope out there for family members who want to try and get their loved ones into treatment. We can help, we just need to talk to them.
And what are some resources that people could use to receive this help?
Just dial the 800 number, and somebody will pick up the phone and help them out.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. This has been Mike, and you have been updated.
Break every chain, break every chain.